Hello guys. Oh. Welcome back to our StarRupture series. Oh, had a little nap. Okay. In the last episode we finished the story related content in this early access game. We did all the stuff in the world engine, explored the long forgotten machine, many levels, corridors, rooms, laboratories, storages, generators, whatnot. And at the end we activated the engine and we got the message that this is all story related in the early access. Thank you for playing, blah blah blah. You can continue building your factories and stuff, explore the Arcadia 7. So I did. After the last stream I wanted to improve my industry a bit. Not improve is the wrong word. I wanted to build some higher tier items that I didn't have, unlock some additional corporation favors, recipes. So I'm making this as a bit of a shorter episode, just to show you what I unlocked and where I arrived technology wise, because this will probably be the last episode in this series until we get the next leg of the game. So let me load the game, and as you can see I'm 67 hours in the game. So yeah, let me show you what I've done in these 67 hours. Not much. I'm a slow player, as you already know. However, I want to show you what my current state of technology is and what I unlocked. Now, this is the most important, clever robotics. I'm left only with 2 levels here. This multi-storage, I need pressure tank for that, which is not impossible to do. I'm very close to this. I think this is tier 7 item. And this expandable storage, probably building that you can build next to each other. So you get this greater capacity, I don't know. But what I unlocked Rails version 3, 480 items Rails. I haven't used them because this is one of the last things that I unlocked. This would greatly reduce the complexity of the builds you're making. Unfortunately, it arrives somehow late. If I wanted to rebuild some stuff, especially this higher tiers production, this would be a lifesaver.
Rupture status stable. Arcadia status stable.
Thank you. This was needed earlier. I think the devs made an error to put this. Level 11 was pretty hard to reach, because you need this rail version 3 for these lower tiers, for glass, for helium, for ceramics, for synthetic silicon, for sulfuric acid. And the irony is that you are forced to do all this production with tier 2 rails, which are slow. You have to do the puzzle of machines. I mean, it's okay for learning, but it's very inconvenient to get this rail version 3 when you don't actually need it, because these advanced machines that I'm using now, higher tiers items, don't need that much throughput. You need valves, you need nozzles, you need impellers, you need turbines in like 6-7 per minute quantities. You can easily fit all of that stuff on one rail version 2. The problem is, for these underlying tiers of items that you need for stuff like synthetic silicone, glass, titanium frames, titanium rods and stuff, for that is what you need Rails version 3. And this is where the problem lies. You simply unlock this too late in the game. And now you have all this lower tier production already made, already fixed, with double belts, with double rails. And it's just would require tearing down everything, rebuilding with Rails v3. Yeah, it's kind of silly. You don't need this Rails version 3 at the moment, unless you're rebuilding from scratch. This is my feeling. This is kind of strange. Yeah, and as you can see, I had like almost 400,000 of these research points. I used them to skip one of these previous tiers. I'm not sure which one. This is all new I unlocked. Yeah, this large personal storage is really large. And version 2 depot with 16 slots. I'm using that already. Yeah, so where we are in our glass base. Well, let me show you that. So this is our original glass production, 9 furnaces producing glass using this calcium here. With these 6 guys behind making calcium powder. And you also need helium, which is here, for producing glass, and this glass here is being distributed all around the world with drones. Now I added here something. These refineries that are producing pressurized helium, for which you need sulfur. Sulfur is getting from down there, but we had that last time, but we had only 2. Now I increased to 4, and I made these compounders here. So this is new. This is something you haven't seen. So we use some of this pressurized helium, and additionally, let me try to remember what is needed. Pressurized helium and something else to produce. Ah, yes, hardening agent. To produce this liquid helium. And I made some orbital launches here because this was needed to unlock something, so I was just launching from here. And you see these are these new storages with 16 slot capacity. Ah yes, and I am started to use these teleporters a lot. This is something we got rewarded when we finished the world engine thingy. We got rewarded by this machine. This is actually a teleporter. You need 500 of these tier 3 these tier keys construction blocks, which you produced using quartz, and we have enough quartz. So I'm just making these teleporters. You see I have like a handful of them, like a dozen of them already. So one is in our main base, obviously. So let me show you what's happening here. This place has turned into a real tangled mess, you know. This is a wonder to work at all, but everything works. There are actually no backups anywhere. Yeah, I'm missing some of the lower tier items, but mostly this stuff is working. Let me show you what's new. A few machine is new on this side. So I somehow placed this 2 mega presses here to produce nozzles. Actually, I had 2, but I reduced to 1 because I don't have enough of these heat sheets and not enough stabilizers. But I have enough for 1, and this one is producing like 6 per minute, something like that. And these nozzles are then getting stored here, and they go to these 2 machines together with some titanium gallantery, as you can see, to produce valves. So I'm also producing like 6 valves per minute. These valves are also needed to unlock some stuff. Actually, I think I need a few more to unlock something within the house. Yes. So valves. Yes, we needed to unlock the pump, and I can do these pumps. I have turbines, I have valves, I have impellers, and I have sulfuric acid. So this is something I can start producing. I don't have these super magnets yet, but I think we can unlock more. Yeah, here I also need 300 nozzles. Here are some valves, and this I can bring. This is obviously, this pressure tank is something needed for clever robotics. Yeah, this is doable. Okay. Stabilizers. That's interesting. Okay, and compounder. Need more liquid helium, okay. Ceramics. Wow. Yeah. I mean, okay. Anyway, what I could do is I could start producing these pumps. For example, I have these turbines and I have these impellers also produced here, I think. Yeah, these 2 machines are making impellers. So you need impellers, you need turbine, you need valve, and you need one other simple thing. And these are the batteries. This is 1 machine or 2 machines making these batteries. Yeah, you need batteries for accumulators. And here I'm making, I finished this wing of production. This is where I'm making hardening agents. Here these 4 machines are making hardening agents. They are stopped now because I have everything. I have full storage, but yeah, okay, let's continue with our tour of the what I built and what I haven't built. I don't know anymore. I played like some additional 6 or 7 hours after the stream. I didn't want to record that. Now what we have here? I was exploring the world and placing some faraway potential base candidates. As you can see here, we are far to the east, southeast. Very far away from our base, like 2 kilometers. I found a great place with a lot of calcium here. So I built some calcium mines. And as you can see, there is more calcium here, even more down there, and there is helium here in this car, and even sulfur here. So this is something I call end of the world calcium base, which is not yet in function, but I can probably create like calcium sheet production here, or maybe even glass. And just make it like a drone only. deliver with drones whenever this stuff is needed. I don't know. Auxiliary iron, this is the base behind the hill from our main base. So this place is for augmenting, strengthening our iron production, producing rods and plates and frames and beams that are going through these conveyors over the hill, through this storage buffer down to the main base, which is just on the other side of this hill. There is also more titanium here, and there is even wolfram on this side. So yeah, what you can see in the distance here is our first sulfur base. I also have a teleporter there, so let's go there. First sulfur. So this is the original place where we first started producing sulfuric acid. We had 2 or 1 of these chemical reactors, or refineries, how it's called. Now I have 3. You need 3 sulfur for that, and you need a lot of chemicals. Chemicals are coming here by 2 drones, 1 drone here, 1 drone here. Then they're being split among all these machines, and these 2 machines are being split into 3 machines being split into 2 storages. And these 2 storages are getting exported through these machines. They do sulfuric acid here. Actually exported by 4 machines. You need sulfuric acid all around the place. So this is my main sulfuric acid production here. We'll probably need to expand this. But okay, what else do I have from far away bases? First, calcium. This is our place where we produce synthetic silicon and a lot of chemicals. So this is not far from the main base. Main base is here. And this is the starter base on this side. This is where the dropship is. So yeah, these rows are here producing synthetic silicon. Oh, this autosave is horrible. Synthetic silicon here. And 1 row for chemical production here. These 4 machines are producing chemicals. These 5 machines are supplying wolfram powder. These guys are doing ceramics. And here is another batch of chemical production. 5 wolfram machines and 4 chemical machines. Drone delivery. And yes, I need a lot of wolfram. So where do I get it? I get it from my new Wolfram place, which you can see over here, and we are going to get there now. Show you what's that all about. I call this place Wolfram Alpha. This is actually close to this first enemy base we attacked, where this big antenna is. See, here is the beginner's base. Here is the lander ship. So near this place there is a nice, very rich calcium deposits here. So I just created some smelters. And then I send around with the drones the Wolfram ingots. For example, these tools are going to the place where we just been here in the calcium base to produce chemicals. So yeah, this is Wolfram Alpha. First sulfur, we've been there. Ah yes, this is an interesting place, this BSE-Basin. This is a place I found very high potential to be our new base here. Very flat area, large, surrounded by resources on all sides. Wolfram, titanium, more titanium up there. A lot of titanium on this side. Helium here. Even calcium is not far to the south. Could probably pull a conveyor. So this is like mid-north, mid-northwest. This is the main base. Very promising place if you want to start build a new base or a new production of something. This is the place to do it. I think a lot of titanium, Wolfram, Helium, calcium potentially, sulfur not far away from both sides. We can do basically, and enough space. Enough space to create a nice large plateau. But I don't have energy to do it. Because I actually don't need to do it. I unlocked more or less everything I wanted. And as you can see, I explored most of the map, and there is nothing special left to explore. Yes, I found handful of settlements that I haven't been before. They contain some blueprints, they contain some generic loot, nothing special, nothing even worth mentioning. Not even worth making a video about it. So yeah, as you can see, I have everything connected now with these teleporters. Glass, what is glass? Ah yes, glass, okay. Forgot, this is where we started the video. Yeah, more calcium here. Yeah, this is where I'm producing the liquid helium, yeah. So, yeah, okay, I wanted to bring some of this liquid helium to unlock a few more thingies. So let me just get to the storage. Yeah, okay, I don't need this pressurized helium anymore.
Let's see.
Yeah, let's take 800. I had problems with cooling the base here, as you can see, these sporadic coolers all around the place. These new machines are heating up the base pretty much. Yeah, okay, so what I wanted to deliver this helium, here. Okay, we can do this. And this, and then we can do nanofiber out of tubes and liquid helium, okay. But I'm not sure for what is used, crafting material, yeah. Oh. Sorry. Yeah, okay, the rest of it I have. And here I need ion injector, scanner, electromagnetic oil lens, and pressure tank, yeah. And what do I get? I get these lamps that I actually don't need, so I'm not pursuing this. And here I'm getting also lamps. Yeah, health and stamina, not actually needed. I don't need to worry about this lens. Yeah, I can get war bonds, but I have like 1,000 war bonds stored. I don't actually need them for much. Yeah, this would be nice to have this extra 40 shield, but okay. Whatever. I can do this lens because I have everything now. I have this hardening agent. I actually don't have synthetic resin. This is also pain in the ass to produce. Synthetic resin, you'll need a lot of it. You'll need like 6 machines, because each machine is producing only 10, if I remember correctly, and you need like gazillion of this lower level stuff. Yeah, I mean, it can be done, but it requires you to build for like 2 hours to do this lens, and I don't know for what, for war bonds. Ah yes, the moon energy. I unlocked something here. Yeah, I unlocked solar generator V2. That's 1000 megawatt. That's great, but I haven't built a single one. Yeah, this would be useful, and this would be useful. 2 gigawatt. 2 gigawatt. Oh, that's great. An inventory upgrade. Yeah, this would be great to unlock, but don't actually need it. Yeah, maybe this pressure tank, I could make it. Yeah, I'm not really sure that I want it. Anyway, this is what I wanted to show you, guys. Okay, let me return to the main base. Is there something else? Ah yes, I was playing around with defense. I found this settlement. This was unexplored in the last episode. This is a place a little bit to the southeast, not far from our auxiliary iron base behind the hill. This is the main base, and not far from this sulfur place where I'm making sulfuric acid. Here is this SMB Copperfield selenium mining base. There were 2 colossus here and a bunch of little guys, little aliens. Actually, full alien army in this area. So I built some test defense here. Unfortunately, I haven't recorded it. Yeah, this rail here is just to provide power, because I didn't want to expose my core and my power to the enemies, just these defensive structures, and I just made a short work of them. Now this place is clean, and I found nothing special here. Just a few recipes here in these big buildings that I already had, and nothing else. There were 2 colossuses here. Now this place is clear. Yeah, unfortunately I haven't recorded this, but yeah, this was like a test field defense base. So yeah, as you can imagine, even these big towers are using this ammo, this standard ammo. I was under impression I will need heavy ammo, but they're using standard ammo. But this guy, when he starts shooting, he's like shooting like probably 10 bullets per second. You know, this number just go. I probably continuous fire. This would be depleted in a minute or 2 minutes maybe. He just eats through bullets. And he is not that precise, but he is powerful. And these smaller guys are not so powerful, but they seem to be more precise. Yeah, they just wiped out the army, the alien army. I'm sorry, I don't have that recorded, but whatever. I needed the way to create all this ammo. I even made a machine that makes ammo. So I have ammo ready always. And here just this big press taking these materials and making some Wolfram powder. I think I need a Wolfram powder or wire powder, yeah, to create standard ammo and just make as much ammo as I want. Yeah, something like this. So yeah, this is additional ammo production. I increased the storages here, so I get like as much of this stuff as I want. And now, for example, if I want to create golden guys, I need additionally to take some glass. Oh, let me take a few nozzles. I think I need them for research, like 500, I think. Wait, let me check that. Where was that needed? Ah, 300 here, okay. Any more? No, okay. So yeah, let's grab some glass. Let's grab like 300 glass. Let's return these nozzles. Okay, I'll need additionally inductors. This is here. And I'll need 300 titanium frames. And I can take those here. I think, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Okay. This should yield a nice amount of orange guys. Yeah, I could have set up machines somewhere to make the orange guys, but I think I have too much tangle in the base, and this is not any problem to make, as you can see. I can just make as much as I want. Yeah, and now if I want these guys, this quartz building material, but I already have 1,000, but okay, I'll show you. I just use this quartz and the golden ones. 50 golden ones will yield 20 of these guys with 1 quartz, so it's actually not a problem at all. Yeah. And you see, you can make practically as much as you want, because I was
Oh, nice.
I was careful to collect all the quartz that I found, and as you can see, I probably have enough. I can build like 10 more teleporters, because teleporter at the moment is the only thing that needs this quartz building material. Yeah, so that's it. I don't know what else to show you. Yeah, I said we could unlock some of this, but I really see no point of it. Because even if I continue playing and okay, I make some of this more advanced stuff, and what? I don't know. I think, guys, it's time to end this series at the moment as an early access. We learned a lot about the game, we checked the game. The game has huge user interface problems. User interface is badly done. It's a great game with high potential, but some details, I don't want to go into details now. They need to redo this user interface seriously. No, it's bad. Or this autosave that cannot be turned off. I haven't found the option to turn it off. This autosave is like driving me crazy, especially when I'm around exploring, killing enemies, and he does this autosave. It is so disruptive, it is so horrible when the game just freezes, you know. And I can hear all my fans on my computer ramp up. He probably throws 24 cores to compress probably save file or something. They should do that slowly in the memory, in the background, on one thread, without me even noticing. It doesn't have to be exact, it's autosave. Just save into memory and then carry about compressing and putting file on the drive slowly in little chunks in the background on one thread. Don't kill my computer just to save the game. I know it's simpler to just do it synchronously instead of asynchronously. I was a programmer when I was younger, you know, but it's horrible to the user. It's so abrupt, it's so rude, and you cannot turn it off. And a million of other things like that. I mean, they have to put the user in the first plane and convenience of the user. Or for example, when you're copying machines, you have this button Z, You look at the machine, you press Z, and you immediately enter the build mode with that machine selected. You know, same thing as you have in Satisfactory when you press the middle mouse. It's like a machine picker when you want to duplicate something. In this game, they introduced a limit to like 15 or 10 yards. You can do it only if you are close to. Why? Why the hell I cannot do it? There is no limit in Satisfactory. You can do it from 200 meters if you want. Here they introduced a limit. This is so annoying. It's like somebody did this who never played a factory game, just to deliberately inconvenience the player. And a bunch of other decisions in the game about that. And this food is completely defying, these food recipes are defying logic. You are best to just go around, pick up this Glowcap and just eat that. This poison mechanic is just so silly, it just inconveniences you. Without any real reason, but just to create problems for you. You have enough problems in a game like this to figure out your production chains, to calculate everything, how much of this I need, how much of this I need, how do I build so I can expand later. You don't need these additional inconveniences. This is not a first-person shooter. The entire survival element of this eating this food and collecting this, is just silly, you know. These plants are growing all around the place. And this oxaloop, I mean, I have full... Look, I got 180 oxaloop, I got like 300 of these Glowcaps, which are great. I also have a lot of this prism. Yeah, and all I needed really in the game was these serpent sticks. And this Nutrigel is convenient, but I found this around in the chests. You don't have the option to mass delete something in the inventory. How can get rid of all these valves? No way but to go from... I can click on each one, 2 clicks, you know, right click. I mean, stuff like that. The quality of life changes are needed for this game, and probably the new user interface. Or revamping user interface heavily. Yeah, I don't know. But it's a great game. That's what I'm finding is so much flaws, because a good horse has 100 flaws, you know. Bad one, only one, it ain't any good. I said that before already. So this could be a great game, but they just need to fix this user interface. This building and this everything has to be much better. Otherwise, it is a great game, potentially great game, and you need good tools, good online tools in the web browser, good planners. I would, if any of the developers is by any chance listening to this, I would warmly recommend Satisfactory Modeler. Fork it on the GitHub and fill it with your recipes. Satisfactory Modeler. Best tool for factory builders. That's my opinion. Yeah. Okay guys, this is at the moment end of the StarRupture series. Yeah, I could play more, I can dive deeper into tier 7, 8 items, but I don't want to. It's just... I think I reached a level enough and knowledge enough to be ready when the game release comes, then we'll restart the series from the beginning. I made a lot of errors in my base, I know how to avoid them now. I know what to do and what not to do. They will probably improve the game more, but at the moment this is it. I'm ending the series now. I have some ideas for the next game. So stay tuned to my channel. I'll probably have the next game very soon. I have some interesting candidates. I don't want to talk about them now, but yeah, after 2 months of Satisfactory Plus and like 2-3 weeks of this, I think it's maybe time to try something else but factory building. I don't know. I'm in the factory groove now, maybe. This miner mogul, maybe, or this robot thingy on the ship, something that I saw. Yeah, okay guys, this is the end of the video. I said that like 3 times already. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you very much for watching my channel. I really appreciate it. This is the end of the series. I hope to see you for my next series. So stay tuned to the channel. And until then, as always, stay healthy. Bye. It's time to take a nap.